Hi, this is Kylie Coo. Welcome to my studio and welcome to my Take 5 series. Now Take 5 is based on Shannon Green's Journaling by 5. But rather than working through every page in a journal at the same time, what I've been doing is to work on one page at a time. And I go through all 5 steps of the Journaling by 5 on the page. And the idea is that I take a minute per step and complete a page within 5 minutes. So this is the last page in my book. This is page 20. And I've been working away in this journal for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half now. And I'm really glad to get to page 20. I want this book finished. So I'm going to leave a link above and below, which is really the link to the playlist for all my Take 5 videos. And there will be one more after this where I show the flip through after I've done the kind of free play step. So step 1 is to use paint and ink. Now, though I've set through Take 5 a minute per page, I actually decided that for this, my last page, I was just going to take as long as it takes. I'd still be working quite quickly, but you know, whether it took 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I wasn't too concerned. I just wanted to get it done. So I have actually put this on double speed. So the speed of this will tell you that I roughly took 20 minutes with this, but you know, that's fine. The whole idea behind Take 5 for me was that 1, I could get a journal page done quite quickly, or 2, you know, taking 5 minutes to do this as a warm-up, or 3, just using any paints that I had left over at, say, the end of a session of doing something else, you know, just working away in this little journal whenever, that it would be quite a good way to do it. So I have done Journaling by 5s before. I did a collaboration with my good friend Diana from the channel Artfully Yours with Diana. And Diana and I co-host the Facebook group Art and Soul Studio. So we did a collab before, and I will leave a link to my playlist of that as well. And obviously you can check out Diana's playlist. What we basically did was we did the first 2 or 3 steps in a journal, then we swapped journals and finished off the other steps. So we both have a journal that has work by both of us in it. But that was following the main Journaling by 5 steps, working through the entire book for each step. So I'm now on to step 2, which is using collage and recycled materials. So here I am using some jelly printed papers that I've had for quite a while now. After applying the paint and the inks, it was a very bright page. I actually really liked it. But, you know, I'm going to follow through and do collage and recycle. So using now an old piece of envelope, just with that kind of security pattern inside. I think this page may also have been, I don't know if it was a jelly print or if it's after I'd been using a stencil, just what was kind of the excess paint on a stencil. But that has got, I think, a kind of hand with a pointy finger on it. And up at the top there, just a kind of raffle ticket left over from something. So just going to put these down, and all I'm using is some glue stick to put these in place. So if you haven't watched my Take 5 before, and you think this would be of interest, then do go back and check out the playlist, and I'll probably say a bit more about the background to it in the very first video. And I know a few people joined in and were doing pages as well, and I think many shared those in the Art and Soul Studio Facebook group. And I'll leave a link to that group below as well if you're interested in joining that. Now in terms of time, that would have probably been my minute up, but I'm looking at that page and, you know, as I say, I thought, well, I'm going to take as long as it takes, and I just felt that it needed a little bit more collage. I had that red piece down in the bottom right hand page, and I just thought it needs something on the other page to kind of balance that out. And then I came across this piece. It's quite a thick piece of card, but I'd obviously been punching from it, and I thought that's quite an interesting piece. I'll put that in place as well. Now normally when doing this within 5 minutes I wouldn't take so long to think about where I'm going to put things, because you just don't have the time to think about that, but again today, just, you know, going at my own pace. It's good to do that sometimes, not to rush, just to kind of go along, go with the flow. So I thought that might be quite difficult to stick down, especially using a glue stick, but actually it ended up sticking pretty well. I'm just trying to make sure it's all properly adhered. So the next step is stamps and stencils, and I remembered I had that finger pointing stamp, so I thought I'll just use it as well. And just stamping the excess off elsewhere. And a good old trusty piece of bubble wrap, and just putting that down. Now this was actually a new ink pad. It was one from Hobbycraft, and I'm not sure that it's permanent, so there is a little bit kind of lifts up later, but that's okay. And this was the first time I'd used a stencil. I got this fairly recently, and it's barbed wire, and I have to say I love it. I'm trying not to buy too many things this year. I really did kind of overspend on things last year, and I've got a lot of things that I've bought and never kind of got round to using. I've got a lot of journals started, and so this year I'm just thinking I'm going to try and use what I've got, but you know, the same token, I'll buy something if I think it looks interesting and I don't have it. So yeah, I like that barbed wire stencil. So the next step, step 4, is words or images. So just as this page started to come together, I remembered I had this that came in on an envelope, and I thought, I really like that. So I just took the time to cut round it, and I thought this would look good on this page. I was kind of starting to see a theme at this point. Most of the time I don't see a theme to a page, but you know, I knew what this was. This kind of said something to me in a fun way. But I didn't have any words that fitted with this, so in terms of the words, I just take a white pen and I just write my words in on this occasion, rather than collaging them from something else. So this is me just thinking about where I want to put the words, so I just take the Sharpie paint pen and I just write along the bottom the finish line, and that just seemed to fit in well with this being page 20 and the last page in this journal. And the next step is pen and pencil. And sorry, there's my head getting in the way. And I just do a little bit here and then I go off camera. When I do kind of outlining like this, I sometimes need to get quite close down to actually see it. So there I've gone right round it, and I'm just going to do a bit more in other places. And that's about it for this page. Now what I'm going to do now is to do the free play, and I'll go through the book, and just where I think a bit more needs to be done, I will go through that. So for the next video I'll do a flip of this as is, but also a flip post free play. So thanks for watching, bye for now.